Hello pals, and welcome back to another studio vlog. The clips that you have just seen are from a kind of impromptu craft fair that I decided to do a little bit on a whim. It was very last minute. It did not go very well, I'm not going to lie to you. It was 3 hours of me mostly just sitting doing nothing because there were not many people coming to the craft fair. The whole thing was a disaster start to finish, so I will tell you that story, but what I'm doing in these videos today is just cleaning up the office because this last little Christmas push has been chaotic. It's just been, I have been all over the place. I had my main Christmas craft fair that I did, which went really well. So that's why I decided to kind of on a whim do this other one. But now we have a lot of stock to put away and to tidy up because everything's just been kind of dumped out everywhere. So I will be doing that in these clips, and I will also tell you the story of the disaster craft fair because it was not fun. It was really not fun. So the whole thing, start to finish, just was a disaster. Partly because of me. I was a little bit late getting ready to leave for the craft fair. I'd hoped to be there at 10:30. Set up was 10 till 12, and I really wanted to be there for 10:30. And I was just about going to be able to leave at the right time. Got in the car and got halfway there. It's probably a 20-minute drive, so I got about halfway there and realised that I'd left my tablecloth and my banner at home, and I was like, I really don't want to go without those. So I had to turn around and go back. The whole time it was pouring with rain. The car was like slipping all over the road because there was so much surface water. It was absolutely unreal, like the worst drive of my life. And I'm not a super confident driver anyway. This is why I've shied away from doing craft fairs quite a lot, because I'm not the most confident driver and I really struggle with getting out and going new places. So for me to even attempt this craft fair was nothing short of a miracle, to be quite honest. And the fact that I was attempting to do it all on my own as well, like nobody was coming with me, it was just me, and that was that. So even the journey getting there felt quite disastrous. I then drove completely past the village hall, had to turn around and go back because I had no idea where this place was. I was just, blindly following the sat-nav. So I had to turn around and go back. And when I got there, like I said, it was pouring with rain. And I found a back door that was open. I was like, I think all the sellers must be going in through here. So I walked in and I just had to ask somebody who was, bless him, he was the nicest man. I just had to go up to his table and be like, do you know who the organizer is? Because I've never done one of these craft fairs before with this organizer, and I don't know who I'm supposed to kind of report to. And bless him, he was so sweet. He pointed me in the right direction, and I walked up to the lady who'd organised the fair and said, hello, I'm Sherelle, I'm here, I've booked a table. And she just looked me dead in the face and was like, oh, I didn't think you were coming. And I was like, I know I'm later than I intended on being, but I'm definitely coming and I'm definitely here. And she didn't have a table for me. She'd oversold the tables and there literally was not a table in the hall for me to use, which was just a nightmare. I felt so disheartened at that point because it had been so stressful getting to the venue, and I was at one point I was just gonna turn around and just go back and not even turn up, but I pushed through and I did turn up, and then to be met with, oh well, there's not room for you, I was really disappointed and I really just wanted to go home. I really did. I nearly said, oh, do you know what, don't worry about it, I'm just gonna leave, but I didn't. I kind of just stood there really awkwardly like, right, okay. And then the poor woman had to, I say the poor woman, it was bad organisation on her part really, but she had to rally round and find me a table. Now there was no room in the hall, and the hall had a kind of like a meeting room attached to it with these big double doors. So she had to kind of prop the double doors open and put me in the doorway, far enough away from the doorway that I wasn't in the way of the fire escape, but kind of in the doorway so people could still see me as they were walking around the hall. Thankfully, people did still see me, but I was definitely separate from everybody else. I was in a room all on my own, with an L-shaped table, it was 2 tables put together as an L shape, which, you know, I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to have a long 6-foot table. So I couldn't fit my tablecloth on the table. I just had to kind of put my banner over and just make do with the situation. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't brilliant. But I just had to kind of make do with the situation, which I was really pleased with myself for managing to do that, because I say I'm not a confident person. I am a confident person, but I struggle with anxiety and panic. And how I managed to get through that without a panic attack, I do not know. But somehow I did. So yeah, I managed to get through it, and I was all set up and ready. And then the time came for the fair to start, and it was just crickets. It was a tumbleweed moment. Like, there was nobody queuing to get in. It was just really, really quiet. I did have, you know, people coming and having a look, but they definitely weren't my target audience. You know, it was kind of a little village hall craft fair where you've got mostly older people coming in to just have a look and have a cup of tea. Those people aren't my target audience, you know. I can't really see, you know, sweet little old lady June from down the road sending a Pudolf card to her friends, and that's not to say that, you know, there might be some older people who are into that, but I definitely think most of my items are aimed at like a younger audience. So yeah, it definitely wasn't the right audience for my products, which, like I said, is disappointing. But I made it through the 3 hours. It was incredibly boring because it wasn't a steady stream of people coming to have a look. The people that did come and have a look were really chatty, really friendly, but I think I made like 2 sales, which wasn't enough to cover the cost of what I'd paid for the table. So technically I made a loss on this fair, and I still have quite a lot of stock left over, which I'm going to have to put into a post-Christmas sale, I think, because I don't want this stuff just sitting around for weeks and weeks and months until next Christmas, because hopefully by next Christmas I might have some new products to make. And that's not to say I won't bring the same products back, but I like to do new stuff every time, so I don't really want to have to do that because I don't have a lot of storage space. And as you can see in these few clips, I have had to rearrange the office a little bit to make room for more products, because I just don't have room for everything. I really don't. I'm running out of room, which is, on the one hand, is great, but on the other hand, I don't have the cash flow at the minute to be able to expand my workspace. So yeah, in the future, I'd love to have like a little office at the end of the garden, completely separate with loads of storage space. But right now, it's not a possibility. Hello pals, you'll have to excuse the state of me because I have been so busy with the last few days. I have 3 days before I close for Christmas, and I'm trying to tie up so many loose ends at the minute. It's unreal, and I feel like I barely even have time to blink. So yeah, excuse the state of me. I've got no makeup on or anything because I just don't have time at the minute. But I have unpacked all the stock that I brought home from the craft fair I did at the weekend. I can't remember if I've already mentioned this, but it didn't really go very well, to be honest. It was a really, really small fair. I don't think it was very well advertised, and it just kind of highlighted to me what I should be looking for in a craft fair if I'm going to do them. I think in future I need to go bigger, because I just don't have, like, not everybody's going to like my stuff, and that's fine. I would expect that. If everybody liked it, it would be a bit strange. But I need to get my stuff in front of the right people, and small little kind of village hall craft fairs are probably not the right audience. So yeah, it didn't really go very well. I didn't even make enough money to cover what I paid for the tables. But yeah, it's all a learning curve, it's all an experience. So I still have quite a lot of stock left, which for this week I have put on my website for 20% off. By the time this video comes out, that offer will have ended, but there will be a better offer. So it will, by the time this video comes out, all of my leftover Christmas stock will go into a sale for 50% off, 50, half price. You won't get it before Christmas, but it does give you an opportunity to get stuff in advance, ready for next year if you are that organised. So yeah, by the time you're seeing this video, all my leftover Christmas stock is 50% off. So at the minute, this is obviously subject to change, but at the minute I've still got Christmas cards, mini Christmas cards, gift tags, sticker packs, and Jinjo and Peppy and Mint pins I still have. I've still got some 12 Days of Christmas boxes, which again will be half price. So yeah, if you want a little bargain, hop across to my website now and you can get that stuff in my post-Christmas sale. But yeah, I've got 3 days until I close for Christmas, and this will be my last vlog of the year. I can't believe how many vlogs I've done at this point. This must be number 28, 29, I can't remember. But I started vlogging in, I think it was in May, just because I fancied having a go. I watched so many other studio vlogs and I was like, do you know what? I want to have a go at this. And I can't believe how many subscribers I've already got in that time. Like, every single one of you that has commented on these videos, those of you who have seen these videos and then bought something from my shop, I am so, so grateful. I'm blown away at actually how this has gone, considering it was something I just decided to do on a whim. I'm absolutely blown away. So thank you to everybody who has watched a video, who has liked a video, commented, subscribed, bought something from my shop. I love you all. And this is my last vlog of the year. So Merry Christmas, pals, and I will see you next year.